special guest. We got USMNT, love to say that, USMNT striker, Charlotte FC striker, and of course, friend of the show, Patrick Agyemang. Patrick, how you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Thank you for having me. How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Fantastic.
We also got Charlie Chuckwagon Davies here,
Yeah.
National Team Strikers Union. Patrick, last time you were on Morning Footy, you really gave insight into some of your success. You said that your head coach, Dean Smith, has been so instrumental to your growth in Major League Soccer and obviously with the national team as well. What sort of challenges and standards has he set for you in year two?
Yeah, the main thing for me now, especially, is just the little things. He wants my intensity to always be high, and like just little touches, little movements, just to make sure like I'm making space for myself and for the team. And I've been emphasizing that in training. So he obviously knows like this year it's not gonna be as easy as it was last year. Like this year is gonna be more attention. So it's more about me creating space for myself and the team.
So you're not just creating space by yourself, which is what I love to see. And I saw this guy create space for himself and for a lot of other people. You guys reloaded with some big talent. Wilfried Zaha, ring a bell? He comes in the offseason. What sort of experience and impact has he had? And what's it been like to play with a former Premier League baller?
Yeah, it's cool, man. Like he brings insight into the game that and allows me to understand like how he wants to play and just to understand his movements and to see how much attention he drags. So seeing all that attention, it's like, now let me occupy the space he has, and the same for me whenever I like drag players and stuff. He takes the space as well. So it's kind of still building that relationship, but it just opens up a lot of opportunities for others as well, and it's nice to be around that.
So you guys have had a good start to the season. You sit in fourth place in the Eastern Conference, but as we know, matches come quick and fast in Major League Soccer. You take on a good Columbus Crew side, a Columbus Crew side that's trying to find themselves. How do you, as a young player, prepare for big matches like this?
Yeah, it's typically the same for me. I go about it the way that I go about every game, is just focus on what I can control and focus on what I need to know about the team and apply it to the game. You know, I just try to be as relaxed as possible, and when the game comes, it's just time to show what I can do. I never really stress about it. Just go about it and have fun.
Big man, I've loved seeing everything from your game, right? You're a New England kid. I think you've taken an unconventional path, a late bloomer, diamond in the rough, and you're starting to shine. My question to you is, you joined the U.S. men's national team. Now all of a sudden you're around some of the best players this country's ever produced. What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about the level, and where do you think you need to improve?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was an amazing experience, especially all happening this year. What I've learned a lot is just the level, the standard of level, you know, and how intense it is. And for me, I want to be around that. And I think it's focus on the little things, the little details in terms of my game with how I play as a striker. You know, you want to be an outlet, but you also want to be someone that's like a force to be reckoned with as well. So I just need to focus on like setting and holding the ball and making sure I'm keeping possession for the team, but as well as going forward is being relentless and not stopping. So being around that was great. And I think as long as I continue doing what I need to do and focus on what I can control, hopefully more come.
100%. I mean, 3 goals in your first 4 appearances. You can't make that up. It took me, 17 appearances to get 4 goals? So I think you're doing all right.
17?
Yeah. So for you, I saw you in LA, and it looks like you're starting to understand how to have success at the international level, right? Because club football is one thing, international is a whole nother thing. You don't get much time, and you got to deliver when you get the opportunity. So knowing that, where do you think your strength lies within that U.S. men's national team? Who do you think you need to develop a relationship with? Because it seems like you're really good at stretching the field, and now can you play underneath?
Yeah, I think for me, especially like the more times and opportunities, hopefully I get to go back in. It's focusing on like the relationship with the midfielders and of course the wingers. I want to be able to open up space for them as well, and hopefully with that space open up, it creates spaces in between me and the midfielders and the wingers, and that will allow me to have more opportunities for myself as well. Because those runs, if I'm not being marked or anything, and I get through, like I don't think many people can really stop me in that position. So I think as long as I continue doing the right things and putting myself in the right positions, a lot of good things can happen.
That's the attitude I need from my U.S. men's national team striker. Now we got to see some more goal celebrations.
Yes,
you know, you got to spice it up.
Definitely.
Before I ask this question, speaking of goal celebrations, you know you're with the OG goal celebration king, right, Patrick? So when you get your next national team goal, we're talking Gold Cup, we're talking first match. What you gonna do? What's your jam check? I'm not gonna do it.
Stanky leg, you know, I hit him with that.
So what's your celebration?
I need some Agyemang. What do you got cooking for at least for Charlotte? What you got? What's next plan?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I got a couple of dances that my boys from home want me to do. It's a Connecticut dance. So I think I'll probably show that one out soon.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hold you to that. Next time we have you on talking big things, I'm going to hold you to that. Now, a lot of people have tried to compare you to certain players. I mean, the hold-up play, the goals you're scoring, your physical presence. But I want to hear from you. Who would you compare your game and just how you are as a striker to?
Yeah, it's kind of tough for me to like just pick one person or pick like a multiple strings of people. I think I kind of just look at it like I want to build like my own game and just build my own like kind of identity in the game. So I just, I try to learn from how I used to play and bring all those skills together. And I obviously watch players play and see how good they are and kind of go from there. So there's a lot of players that I've watched that I've been interested in seeing how they grow and how they've accumulated the game. And I try to take a little things from there. But mainly, I can't really say like one person that like my game identifies from.
No, I think as a striker, you're taking the right approach. Take as much as you can from different people's games. I look at an Adebayor, I look at Kanu, people who had your length, but then you're looking at Ronaldo, Henry, you're looking at Sergio Aguero, you're looking at different aspects of how do you hold up the play, how do you link, but also stretching opponents and keeping space for your teammates.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you've made an impression on all of us. It's a big deal when you make an impression on Chuck. It's taken me a year and a half to do that, and somehow we're still trying. When you look at the Gold Cup, which is the next target for you, what does Patrick Agyemang make an impression on Mauricio Pochettino and the U.S. soccer fan base look like? What do you need to do?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just having those consistent games going, especially now going into as we're closing into Gold Cup, it's just me like playing the way I know I can play. As long as I'm playing the way I know I can do and focus on what I can control, all the things will add up. The goals, assists, and all these things will come. And as long as I do that if that call comes in, I know if the call comes in, like I'm gonna be confident enough to take advantage of this opportunity. And I think for me, it's just putting myself in the best position possible. Like I really do back myself and trust in my abilities. And I know as long as I get that chance that hopefully things will come again.
I know you're a Connecticut guy. We're in Connecticut. So next time you come home, East Hartford, you make your way down to Stanford, we get you in studio. We could work on some goal celebrations for what's to come. But Patrick, I'm interested because you have come onto the scene late. You're 24 years old, but you've already done some great things, right? You've accomplished some great things already, but it feels like you still have a long way to go, which is great because you have a lot of potential. Do you have Europe on your mind at some point? Do you have an ambition to play overseas, or is this kind of we'll see where everything goes? Or are you determined, man, I've got a taste of this competition and this quality going to the national team. I know I want to get a taste of Europe at some point.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I'm going as I go. Like right now I'm focused on what I can control, but obviously if the opportunity presents itself and it's the right idea, like for me, then let's do it. But I just really want to focus on what's going on now. And I think as long as I do that, a lot of opportunities present itself and I'll be happy, So yeah.
Well said, Patrick. This is Patrick Agyemang, Charlotte FC striker and newly crowned U.S. men's national team striker. Patrick, looking forward to seeing you here in Stanford in the studio. We're going to hold you to that.
I'll be there.